Well, welcome back to Truth to Tell. I'm Andy Driscoll. Michelle is in the newsroom today while Tom O'Connell co-hosts. This program was originally scheduled for July 18th, and this station's power went down, so we're rescheduled for today. Everyone was kind enough to return, so hey. Welcome to the anchor chair, Tom.
Hey, it's going to be good, Andy.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Before we get underway with our topic on the common good today, we want to introduce Marcy Shapiro. Marcy has been on the show before to talk about her wonderful voicemail system called Open Access Connections. But Marcy is here with a message for the public because the homeless people in the Twin Cities are getting a raw deal because of some reduced budgeting. Marcy, good morning.
Good morning.
Would you tell us what is up, please?
Well, recently, we all know about the shutdown. And we provide voicemail to almost 5,000 people a year who are homeless and extremely low income. And we do that so that they can basically connect to people that they need to connect to, like people in for housing and jobs. And part of what happened was after the shutdown, we heard from the state of Minnesota that we were going to be cut totally.
Now, essentially, let me just interrupt for a second, just because I want the audience to understand just what it is you guys do. You have a voicemail system that allows employers, potential employers, and homeless people and low-income people to connect. Because otherwise, they have no cell phones. They don't have telephones out there in the streets, right?
They don't have internet access.
No.
Okay.
So this voicemail system is like a true important electronic link in this day and age.
And just speaking of your topic today of the common good, we also connect people to what's going on in the community. Mm-hmm. We use the voicemail system to do broadcasts and to organize people so that they can be part of the decision making in our society. So it's a key tool for very low income people to be able to be part of society and to be able to reach their personal goals, whatever they are.
Say, by the way, if there is that political organizing aspect to this, do you think that's one of the reasons they've cut off your funding?
No, I think it actually is a bigger picture. I think that us particularly, I think that the funding was cut because they made a decision to take all the homeless money that was given through the state, both federal and state money, to put into shelters only, nothing else, and to primarily put them into shelters outside of the Twin Cities metro area. So there aren't shelters in some areas of the state, so what they're going to do is start new shelters, and in a way it's kind of like warehousing people instead of trying to figure out how they can move beyond that move beyond that thing of being in a shelter and being on the streets.
Do you have a question, Tom?
So where does it stand right now?
So the money is cut. We're trying to get some, and what this has meant for us is that we've had to lay off our entire staff. The voicemail system is still operating. The reason we have to lay off the entire staff, I noticed that Tom was looking quizzical about that, is that we need to keep all the money we have for, unfortunately, the stuff.
Yeah.
We have like 3,000 numbers. We have basically just kind of running the operation. And so what that's meant is we can't do the organizing, we can't do the outreach, we can't be out in the community, and we can't help people with their voicemail numbers. So it's only the people who have it now who can keep.
Yeah, and you have to manage 3,000 telephone lines essentially here electronically. Does that cost a lot of money all by itself?
Well, the 3,000 lines cost $20,000 a year. So
good heavens.
So it's we gotta keep the little bit of money that we have for keeping those lines going, because the one thing we don't want to do is cut people off.
Now, is this part of an appropriation problem? I mean, is it something you have to go back to the legislature for?
No, it's an administrative problem. It was a decision made by state staff that was where they were going to allocate their money. I don't know if it has, political undertones. I don't know what the decision was, why they decided all of a sudden to do this. They had no warning. They didn't tell us before that they were thinking about doing this. We applied. I have to apply every 2 years, and we applied last April, and there was no sign at that time. We've had this money from this same place since 1994.
Oh my!
So
That same agency department,
the same.
and now we have a
programming.
Democratic governor.
Yeah.
What's going on here? Do you think?
Well, I think that there's still a lot of forces within departments, within the whole political environment that impacts everything. All the
Are some of them
Sure.
hangers on from the previous
I have
administration?
I really don't know. I don't know.
Well, what do you think people can do then? I mean, is it getting
Well,
there?
one of the things we're doing is we have several things that we're trying to do. One is we're just trying to raise money in general so we can keep back to doing.
So people can donate directly.
They can donate, and they could donate on our website.
Okay.
You want me to say that?
Of course, the
Yes.
website. Of course.
And we'll
So-
post it,
And
right?
we post it on our own website.
Okay, so it's Open Access Connections. That's all one word. .org.
Mm.
So that's one thing we're doing. But
Open Access Connections
yeah,
.org.
yeah, plural. Yeah.
Okay, and that is a long, hard to remember name. Open Access Connections .org.
Yes.
Okay.
So we also are trying to get the State Department or another department to think about how they could fund us anyway.
I see.
And so we've been organizing people to contact their legislators to and that's why we're trying to get some publicity about what's going on,
Right.
so that people are aware of the fact that this happened. I will say we're the only program that does this in the state. We're the only ones that kind of organize this particular population, but also we're the only ones that provide this service to people in the state of Minnesota. And we're the largest voicemail program in the country. And that has to do a lot with the organizing and outreach that we've done over the years.
It's interesting too. I mean, it seems to me that if that's the case, and because you are connecting people to employers,
Yeah,
that is. I mean, this is one way of getting them off the rolls, out of the streets, and into apartments and housing. I mean, this is a critical link, is it not?
it is absolutely a critical link. And what it does is it gets people a job quicker. It gets them a better job, because think about where you can apply for a job when you don't have a phone number or any way to.
Yeah.
Well, you might be able to apply for a day labor job. You might be able to apply for.
That is if you show up at the day labor site
right.
and say, I'm
And-
here for work
yeah.
today.
And so it's the type of job people are able to get. And we've had remarkable success of people meeting their employment goals. Last year, 58% of the people who were working on getting employment got their goal.
That's great.
That's great.
In a really tough
So-
economy, too.
So talk to
in
the
a terrible economy.
talk to the legislature and give you the money directly online.
Right. That's what we want.
Okay, Marcy Shapiro,
Thank-
good luck. That openaccessconnections.org is successful for you.
Thank you very much.
Good luck to you.
Good seeing you,
Bye.
Marcy. Thanks for
All
coming.
right, that was Marcy Shapiro of Open Access Connections. She's been the executive director there for years and years now. And her background, by the way, is incredible. Goes way, way back to the West Hennepin Social Services Network and the work. So she has been one of the hard workers
That's right.
in the streets for many, many years.